This may not be your usual political gathering, but the manner in which the capacity of this hall is filled suggests so. People cut across every strata of the society are here gathered, and the reason is simple: to discuss issues relating to having a violence-free election. The event is organized by the Anambra State Command of the Nigeria Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the NDLEA. The keynote speaker, Professor Sam Egbu of the Department of Political Science at the University of Jos, suggests that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, should review the law on political financing in order to reduce the incidence of violence during elections.
Nigeria faces an uphill task in ensuring that our growing democracy is not dropped by strengthening political finance laws in favor of disclosures that is binding on all political parties and candidates. Apart from violations of donors who donate above the legally permitted limits, we need to know who these donors are so that we are sure of their sources of wealth, and we are sure therefore that they are not criminals who are seeking deliberately to hijack political power.
For the representative of the state governor, in addressing the nexus between illicit drugs and maintenance of peace and security in the coming election, he noted that the demand and supply impact and said the presence of drug in any society breeds weapons, criminality and violence, and therefore proffers a solution of collective fight against drug abuse at all levels for the sake of preserving the nation's democracy.
Where there is drug money, certain things can be expected. Weapons can be expected. Criminality can be expected. Violence can be expected. And we're not immune from it. If we're looking for how to deal with this issue and sort it out, we must look on the streets, we must look within the boardrooms, we must look within the banking halls, we must look within the political offices, and indeed we must look at all levels.
There are more contributions from other speakers. For the state commandant of the NDLEA, Mr. Sule Momodu, drugs and violence are a dangerous mix, especially in an election period. He's advising all stakeholders to be mindful of the consequence of being caught in any act of violence.
Buying drugs for the youths to cause violence will not be in the best interest of all of us. That it is very good for us not to buy drugs for the youths and not to even make use of youths who are drugs induced, and that it is good for us to have an election that is violence free. That is the bottom line.
Drug abuse, they say, is a major cause of most crimes, and the aim of the seminar is to rid the society of drugs and help achieve a violence-free 2015 elections.